Alright, I'm here at Hunter's Creek. I'm gonna do just a short ride today. Hopefully get in a nice little downhill. One that I seldom take. It's usually an uphill for me. So I'm gonna get this thing mounted here. Don't have a lot to talk about other than I haven't gotten any recordings in a while. Mostly because I never had anything new to record. I went down to a new bike park about an hour and a half drive away, and I didn't record anything because I just didn't know what to expect. And so I figured I would be like, all right, I'll get a recording the next time I come down here. Right now it's just kind of a scout out for the trails. And they weren't super tough trails. They seemed a lot more beginner friendly. There were trails down at Bemis Point, or what is the name of that? It's like Long Point State Park or something like that on Lake Chautauqua. God dang, is that soft? My front tire seems a bit soft here. Yeah, it'll be alright. Really struggled motivationally to kind of get going and get a ride going here. Haven't really wanted to. Know what's with that? Maybe just a bout of seasonal depression as the leaves fall off the trees and I get bummed about the summer leaving. Just haven't really been able to get myself motivated to do anything. It has been raining quite a bit, so I haven't been able to get out and ride. All the trails have been too wet. I keep thinking I'd love to move to the Southwest somewhere. It's another ride on my bike, and I keep going over that. It's the Cannondale Habit HT2. It's a hardtail. 29er. Whew. That hill climb sucks. Well, it's actually kind of a fun hill climb. It's a bit techy with some of the roots in the rocks there. Whew. Yeah, Long Point didn't have any super difficult hill climbs really. Very flowy. which is kind of nice. Reminded me of the single tracks back in back out in the Midwest where I'm from. I'm back in Fargo and Moorhead, Fargo, North Dakota, Moorhead, Minnesota. They've got some nice flow tracks out that way. And this Bemis Point felt really similar. Mostly level, nothing too difficult. There's a lot of the single tracks I'm used to riding are very, especially out here at Hunter's Creek and Sprague Brook, not so flowy. Ruddy, bumpy, rocky. Very steep hill climbs. Short, steep downhills. I can hear people shooting guns somewhere out there. Remind you, if you live in a place or ride in a place where hunting can overlap some of the parks or wilderness that you like to ride in, wear your bright colors. All right, I'm gonna turn this into a downhill. It goes all the way to the creek. And I might have a couple of short hill climbs, but we'll see. Oh, what? Whew, bumpy and ruddy. The way we like it out here. No, I'm not taking any of the crazy jumps they got going on out here. I've already had some good wipeouts. I see, I'm worried about other cyclists come around these corners. This is a lot funner to go down than it is up. By the time you get here, you're so tired from all the hill climbing. Sure, it's fun to go downhill though. You gotta watch it going over these leaves. They can be pretty slippery. Well, that's the other thing with all the rain is the leaves don't get cleared. With all the layers of leaves that have fallen, it can be pretty treacherous, especially steering. This place looks so different. See, I think this is the way I want to go here. Well, the leaves getting cleared. I don't know which way I'm going. I think I wanted to take the other route, but this will be all right. Ooh, slippery, slippery. Oh, I'm gonna get some video of the new bridge. Oh, they built one over there. That wasn't there before. Here it comes. All right, boys. Look at this bad boy. Good shape, good build, sturdy. All right, so this is pretty sketch and you got to take it carefully. I'm gonna go to the side here. Oh, how you guys doing? Whew. Yeah. I was glad the trails are dry. Now the dreaded hill climb back up to the top. I feel like turning around and just heading back the way I came. I know what I'll do here. Make a short loop. Oh, let's not go down the steep hill. That'll be a wreck for sure. Remember the first time I used to come hiking out here, I was just stunned by how pretty it is out this way, out here. Creek down below. I'm gonna go across this ravine in front of me. I'll probably have to walk down some of it. I think there's a trail. Oh, hello. I always come up this, I never go down it. Oh, whew. Gotta hike the bike up. I don't know if you go down the other way, there's a bit of a creek crossing and you can go up the trails the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on this side though, I think. And I'm gonna go that way. Let's see how it goes here. Pedal straight. Do I want to go up that way? I want to pedal up the way. Trying to decide if I want to go up the hill towards the old cabin foundation, or if I want to go up Dragon Tongue. Maybe I'll pedal up the Dragon Tongue.
Going all the way down before you get to the gas line.
What's that?
Is the Dragon Tunnel all the way down before you get to
Yeah, if you follow this trail, you'll get to what they call a Dragon Tunnel. It's a lot funner coming down.
Right. Because there's another one that drops down earlier. And, oh, that's Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, that one's a bit of a black trail for me. I don't know.
Well, it's easy enough to do, but to hit those features and do them.
Oh, that's not me. That's not, like, I've gone down it and like rolled it real gently and slow, but those guys that do the feature are something else.
Well,
so I'm trying to decide how much effort I want to exert. Climb up that hill, out that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going all the way, but I'm not crossing the gas line. I'm coming back down the...
You're gonna do the hill climb all the way back up that way and then come down the Devil's Dragon Tongue?
Come back to here, and I might cross the creek, but then you gotta walk up that other side.
Oh yeah.
That's real steep.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody climb that, but I seldom see people cross the creek. They either take the highway across.
Yeah, that's the way I usually go.
Yeah.
Come down this and cross the creek.
When I first got out here I was on a different bike. I used to turn this into, like a 12-mile. I'd do this side and then cross the creek and go all the way down the lower parking lot area and then go all the way back. I don't do that anymore.
That's hard. This place is not easy.
Yeah, it just feels like it's uphill all the time. Like, even the downhills are too short to...
I've ridden a lot of places this year for a change. And I've come to realize that this place is not as hard as I thought it was.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah. I mean, when you go further south, like I went to Drake's Rocks last weekend.
I've never been down there. I want to go. I went down to the...
1,200 feet of climbing. And normally when I ride here, I do like 500 or a little less.
Yeah, I typically, depending on which side I ride, I can get upwards of 600-700, but I've also noticed that people's phones tend to, like if you're using Strava or something, they tend to have a different reading. Oh. I've had 600 or 700 feet of elevation climbing when somebody else has said we had 1,200, and I was like, oh, I don't know why there's such a difference.
Yeah, it was skipped the beat for a little while. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I've had over 1,000 at Sprague Brook, but that was a lot of like purposeful hill climbing to get like the downhills on record. Like I wanted to get some GoPro of the downhills, so I'd like did more hill climbing otherwise. But
Jake's Rocks, I noticed half the people had e-bikes.
Yeah,
The place is so huge that you can't.
Is it that big? Is it really big? I've only been out to I've never been out there, and I've only been out to Harris Hill Extension.
Yeah, I've been there too.
I've only went out there once.
That's big.
I didn't have a tour. I didn't know where I was going, so I wound up taking some trail, and I think I got an overland trail, and I wound up on the asphalt out. Yeah, right. I had to try and figure out which direction my truck was, and I was just totally lost.
Yeah. That's another big place, and it's hard to.
This place is pretty.
You make a drive all the way out to those places, and it's like you can't really I can't ride more than a few hours, so I don't get to do half of this stuff.
Yeah, it takes.
That's why I like coming here. It's like
short and intense. Yeah. We can be I like this modular enough. Once you learn the park, it's modular enough for you to kind of make any kind of workout. When you want kind of an easier ride, you can do that. If you want an intense short ride, you can do that. You can make a longer, you can string together the trails, both sides of the creek, and make a nice long, hardy ride. Yep. If you're, better fit, more fit, I'm not too fit, so 6 miles is what I kind of like to get in.
6 miles is pretty good. That's about all I ever do here.
I think those guys are up on the trails up that way, out across the creek. They sound like they're right there, but I think they're up there.
I'm going up this hill.
You gonna go the hard way, or you gonna take the switchback?
Oh, the switchback.
It's 50-50 for me. It just, this one's so much longer. Doesn't feel like it takes any less effort than to just go straight up, where it's shorter. Yeah.
I never tried it because it's so steep. But
I'm not sure if I'm gonna follow you, if I want to go straight up here and then go all the way. If like you can follow this feeder all the way up to the gas line, and then come back on the other side of the feeder. So I think I'll probably do that, and then head back to the parking lot and call it a day. And then my kids get off the bus at 4, so.
Get going.
Well, somebody's there gonna be there anyway, but. I think I'll follow you.
I didn't think it'd be this dry.
It is way drier than I expected. I'm gonna try and pedal up the steep hill. Oh, this is steep. Steep, my friends. Let's see if I can get up that. Oh, it's getting more and more washed out here. Whew. Back-to-back super steep hill climbs. When I was younger and fitter, that used to be easy. I think the only reason I was able to do that is because I stopped and chatted with that other gentleman for so long. I didn't catch his name. I always forget. One of the things I love about mountain biking is it is a bit of a brotherhood, you know? God, I feel like the camera's really angled up high. I matched it up with the lines, but it just looks so, it looks like it's pointed up at the sky. Oh, see, my bike's too long for that. Pow! Yeah, somebody's sighting in guns. There's a lot of houses that border the park, or the park borders the houses, however you want to look at it. Yep, out of shape. I don't remember, I don't need an hour and a half of intense bicycling. Like 45 minutes will do. Well, that's what you all should remember. Like, you don't need, I used to, 10 years ago I was spending 3 hours in the gym, and a lot of that time I was sitting there trying to get motivated enough to move on to my next exercise. That's just a level of my executive function though. Like, I tried to shorten my workout by moving from exercise to exercise quicker with fewer breaks, and shortly after that I stopped going entirely. And I think it's just the way my motivation builds. My own mental pace for exertion is and then On top of that, you kind of lose excitement for the gym. You know, back then, a lot of the reason I kept going to the gym was I was chasing a gal and I wanted to be fit. I wasn't going to be fit for myself. I was going to be fit for the expectation of having a better chance with this gal. And that didn't work out. I don't think I'm narcissistic enough to go for myself constantly and just be so concerned with how my own body looks. And it's hard for me to stay motivated, excited to keep going to the gym on purely things for my own health. And so it's really important to have other inspiration to keep going to the gym, to stay healthy. And you know, right now I gotta try and make my kids my inspiration, my motivation. Well, I'm 44. My kid's 4. We'll be 5 here in a couple of weeks. And in 10 years, when I'm 54 and my kid's 14, for Pete's sake, what's my physical fitness going to be like? You know, will I be physically fit enough to do all the, you know, help her practice and all the school things that she wants to be involved in? You know? She's in Taekwondo. She loves Taekwondo. She's 4. And I'm not really motivated to engage in Taekwondo. I love her. I love seeing her excitement for it. But if she's going to develop like a long-term excitement, want, commitment for that kind of Taekwondo fitness, it couldn't help but it wouldn't help that. The only way, you know, one of the best ways to help that is for me to be involved and fit. So that's got to motivate me. That downhill's a lot of fun too. So yeah. So I need to find, when I'm tired or I'm not motivated or I got a headache like I do today. I have like a bad headache all day. Well, not bad, but it hurts enough to demotivate you. You know, you're like, I got a headache, I don't really want to go anywhere or do anything. I don't really want to take the long, hard way. Kind of an interesting about how I don't really have it in me to take the long, torturous journey, but I'll take a shorter, more strenuous, more difficult path. Like, it's harder, but it's shorter. I'd rather do that some days than take the longer path that with slightly less exertion. "35 minutes in." Bouncy, bouncy. Chug, chug, chug. You know, a nice short. Oh, that's a snake. Oh, it was just a garter snake. Almost ran it over. Couldn't have been more than a foot, 14 inches, maybe a foot and a half at most. Wriggling his way through the leaves. I almost ran him over. Ah, it's a nice day. Temperature wise, it's like 70. And it's supposed to be 70-degree days all the way through next week. Or like through next Wednesday maybe. Which is pretty late in the year to have these kind of temperatures for Western New York, I think. Like, I haven't lived here long enough to know, but it feels like it. Oh, rotten apples. Hope they fix this pretty soon. There's a little bridge they got going over this creek, and it's just getting so washed out. It's getting really sketchy. All right, back to the parking lot. So, I wonder if I can clip some of that downhill into a there we are. End of ride.